Yeah, I want to welcome you to stage 2 of our training section. It's me again, Engineer Edmond Ophioli. We have studied the interface of Civil 3D, and I was made to introduce the software, and as well you were able to understand the interface of Civil 3D. And today we are going to talk about points. If you are just tuning in or checking our lectures, I think we are really talking about all Civil 3D from the beginner phase. It's going to be the amateur phase, so we can study properly and isolate ourselves to professional height. So follow us, like our video, click on the subscription button, comment and share with us. If you have information you can send to us, I will deem fit to answer your questions and send you feedback of anything that you definitely want to know. Now at this junction, I will be reading from the manual. I told you it's a book written by me, and I want to read from the manual about points, so we can get full detail of the point. Because last time when we talked about the toolbar space, we were able to study the toolbar space and as well other information, vital information that is needed for us. So from our manual, I'll read the importing and exporting feed data survey points. Now at the end of this class, you'll be able to import your feed data and as well create point groups. You'll be able to create a point table for reporting for those who want to go to the site, the surveyor, to implement the information as a execution action. You'll be able to export point from your design. And at this junction, it is very, very important, showing more curiosity with your surveyor. You must discuss with your surveyor, ask questions, request of the feed data. You have to write up catalogs of information that you really needed from the site. It can be information on trees, pipes, poles, whatever utilities that will be in the site, edge of road, centers of road, existing road, there are culverts, existing drain, all information, buildings or any approach detail item that is going to affect the project. So from our menu, I'll follow from here now. The foundation of any civil engineering project is the simple point and sample with land development CAD programs, because this is the CAD programs, and most commonly points are used to identify the location of existing features. That is it, to identify features of items in the site. You can be making use of any survey instrument. Could be making use of the Leica or total station to observe information, or the geospatial survey. Some top professionals are implementing a sort of scanning situation where they can scan the entire district. I forgot the name of that equipment, but it's still relevant and very important in the aspect of civil engineering. It's called a laser scan. Yeah, the laser scan. You can use that to obtain complete 3D information, because this point we're talking about is everywhere. Even the entire of my body system, my rooms, your environment, they all carry point. The bodies of the vehicles, they all carry point. 3D point can be extracted by a laser scan. Now, these points such as the original ground from our menu, the original ground level topography, property corners, utilities, existing building, object, or as built. This is as built condition, as built condition. So it's a built condition, as built information, junctions, trees, as many. If there's a hydro pipe, you can put the line of which such item with a laser scan. Again, you can bring out the stock out information for road geometry points. However, points can be used for much more. So to apply the dynamic power of civil point editing, label, and grouping to other applications. So by the end of this chapter, you will learn how to import points from test file using description key machine. Even there are still other formats you can import your points. Okay, not just only from test file. Now I love test file because it's very easy, and the Civil 3D platform is open for so many professions, like I explained in the first chapter. And now we are passing through the civil and survey way of bringing our points. So I will be using test file for the purpose of this class. Again, you can create a point group, you can create point table after you've organized the point, and export the point. Point comes this way: S, Y, Z, and D. S, which represent the easting, Y, the northing, Z, the elevation, and D, the description. That is representation. So sometimes we put in full E, N, Z, D, or in the other way, N can be here, E comes, depending on how you really understood and how you have connected with your surveyor, the way you want to receive information. But here we are using the E and the N, Z, and D. So you can still import E, N, Z into your information, into your system. You can import E, N also into your system. So that is it. Now when you look at this image here, is telling you how the point should look like detail when you receive the point into your system. So when you must have set it, how you'll be seeing it. You'll be seeing the point X, this S mark representing the marker. The marker can be of a certain clips that you use to identify position. It can be showing tree here, it can be showing tree, it can be showing circle, or this S with a circle like a benchmark. So it's of different form. Then again, this is the point number. As the surveyor goes from stage to stage around the site, is entering feed information and is picking these data according to the point movement. So it will be recording the point 1, point 2, point 3, and the maximize, so you can be able to tell how many points have you extracted for me in the feed. And this next data here, the figure, is the elevation. So it's taken through the elevation of the sites, and from the description, like I tell you how you want to import your file, your presentation. Sometimes some file comes with only easting and northing. So when you call with easting and northing, you'll not be seeing the elevation. Okay. Then you see the description as to CL, which represents center line, RD, which represents the road. So you should have a catalog to explain your data, how you want it. JC for junction, you tell your surveyor how you put it. Some companies have a log sheet of their representation. in the survey. So you will consult that and see what they use to represent building, if they have other means of building. So I know BD is for building. I also know like EG is existing ground. You can see EGED, existing ground edge. So at any point you should be able to read and optimize those conditions. The display of points on your graphic space can be shown in different point style formats in different point style. So that is a setting. You'll be able to set the point style to represent which item that you receive. That's just that. Now, like here, look at the setting. This is showing the marker, the point number, E, the N for not point reading, E for Eastern point reading. So again, you can represent only the S and the description. There's the marker and the description, and also you can still set up your point style to show only the marker and the elevation. Here is showing the marker, elevation, and description. Also here is showing us the marker and the point. Sometimes you see an X only, the marker, and again completely you are seeing the marker, the point number, the elevation, and the description. So this is a typical way of receiving it. So all typical point objects will show a marker, get that, a point number, an elevation, and a description. So I want to also bring to your information that the process of design must be a collaborated one between you and the surveyor. So the surveyor brought data I want to check. I just go straight to my folder where I keep my files. So he has brought a feed information, and also the survey. This is the survey feed point for Nema Crescent Road project. So let me take a look at this one here. I just open it from the notepad, direct from the notepad, and I'm seeing that he have CL and also EG. This is the existing ground, CL is the center line, ES existing LD road, existing road. I can see JC for junction and so many things. EP for electric pole. So there's electric pole in the site. So I should be able to read those items as it indicates. See, there's culvert, there's a fence, there's a building, So that is what he has given. So I have to be able to get this and separate all these points in one order. Sometimes you will want to differentiate all these points or separate them for you to import it one after the other. That might be time consuming, but let me just explain. What you do, you just open your Excel. Let's see, Excel. You have to go to the position of your points, locate the folder using our desktop. So I'll say lecture, and now I cannot see that text format. So the text is not an Excel document, so I have to select all files. So or you select test file, so you can bring the test file for you. If I select to read all files, it will show me all the files here. But the format mostly of Excel is not showing, so but I want to open this feed information. If you need the free information, you can send me a DM, as well comment in the under this video as request, then I'll forward it for you. So at this point, I will just click next, then select the space so you can separate the point according to the way the surveyor have got it. Because if we look at the test, let me go back and look at the test. There was, you see, there is idea of separation, but I cannot tell fully. So Civil 3D can be able to get this done and separate them. So, but here in the Excel sheet, I have just separate them, so I can just finish or next. Let me just finish it. So you see, this is what I'm saying. You have separate all of them. So if I should guide you on what the surveyor just did here, just bring the point number. The point number, that's one of it. Eastern side is eastern, northern, and this elevation, and this should be the description. So that is what I have here. So now you see, if I should be going to pick all the center line one after the other, you see this is time consuming, of which someone can do this one and you might end up missing one point, so it's better maybe I'm picking it from here, and you will be very careful to check. So if you go this way and be selecting it, you copy the files, you come to create a new page and paste it. You see, it means this is only for center line. I can just change the name, rename, and call this CL. So this process, after you've done CL, you've done the pole, you've done covet and all this, it can consume a lot of time. So it's better we just import it directly. So 3D will help us to separate all the information, but be careful to ensure that all these points have the description. If there is no description, then that procedure is not going to be a perfect one, or else you will allow the surveyor to separate it and forward it to you. So you now use your Excel to enter the descriptions, then you bring them into the notepad to import it into Civil 3D. So I will open Civil 3D. Let me see, check one more thing, the feed book information. Now this is the feed information the surveyor also sent concerning the project that we're about to study. So it's a real life information. Now it's a feed book construction, just like if your company have the personal made feed book, you can just put it and show detail of it, because feed book show the right hand side, left hand side information, and the center, which is about 2 centimeters. You enter the chainage figure as the surveyor goes along taking readings. You have to tell in detail what is in the right hand side, what is in the left hand side. So when you are working with the data, you should be able to look at the feed book and relate it to the type of point you've seen. Now you see, he just explained from here that from the right hand side, okay, construction of Lena Crescent, the date, the surveyor name should be there, and he said note, check the note. He said main road, main road. So it's starting from the main road running through here. NYSC road. It's a dual lane. He said it's a dual lane. So I don't know what's the size. Maybe when I bring the survey information, I should be able to see the size of what is there. Then I said from 00 down to 025, chain is 0025. At the left hand side, there is a property, Mr. Emeka property. At the right hand side, there is a fuel station. Alright, so it goes along to tell you where there's road, where there's a building and fence. It's explaining it for you so you can easily guide yourself throughout. And at the tail end of it, it says stop and there's a crossroad. It says Mr. Biggs Road. Now I think this is quite useful. So when I'm entering information on the design, that will be the next class. I can be able to relate this information when I start to sketch these items that is on the ground before I can bring the center alignment where the road will pass, because who knows if some of these buildings fall into the path where the road will pass through. So one have to be very careful and always have to indicate that interest to see whatever the surveyor got. To import your point, you go to the point creation tools, because we have so many icons, so many procedures, so you should be able to follow the step as guide as given for you to get detail of your work.
Kindly follow for part 2 of point importation in Civil 3D.